Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and it does seem that we have some news today. Hotfix 4.0.3 is just launched and it should be going live on your Steam now. This is a little slower than usual, however the hotfix is a lot larger than the previous ones, so I don't mind waiting a few extra days if it means that something substantial is going to be done. So yeah, let's read over the changes. Some of them are quite good and they're expected too. Fixed an issue where Oxyoto's visions of the Old One missions would target armies belonging to the Changeling while they were hidden. Okay, not too bad, that was a bit of an issue. Fixed an issue that was causing an incorrect modifier to be used in the charge bonus calculations for the AI on difficulties above easy. Right, never heard of this, but obviously people must have complained. Fixed an issue where A called Hellbrass would not spawn with his magic items when controlled by non-Zenitian factions. Yeah, this is something that I noticed with Sigvald, funny enough, so glad to see that's fixed. Fixed Nakai not being able to construct allied outpost buildings. It's always an issue with Nakai, isn't it? Fixed the mount models of Bretonnian Wardens of Montfort Regiment of Renown. Fixed the visual issues with the Bretonnian Foot Squire shields. Okay, there's a lot of Bretonnian fixes here, mostly visual. Fixed missing textures with the Bretonnian Knight weapons, Knights Errant, and Questing Knights. Oh, just the weapons? Not the botting? It's actually kind of weird that for the past year and a half that Warhammer 3 has been out at this point, they always seem to have some issues with visual stuff. It's very, very odd. I'm not sure what causes that. Fixed an issue preventing Vlad von Carstein from hitting multiple enemies with certain melee attacks due to missing splash attack metadata. This solution also resolves similar issues for other related but different units. Okay, so actually splash damage is going to work. They could have just said that. Because a lot of factions were lacking splash damage purely because it just wasn't working. Fix some scheme objectives not updating their counter until reloading a save. Okay, good, because sometimes it just really didn't work and a lot of people would get angry. I mean, reloading works, but you shouldn't have to reload, right? Fixed a crash when spending a skill point on a mount skill that would automatically unlock. All mount skills now just have one level. Weird. Very weird. Fix Dark Elf technologies that increase hero recruit rank not applying when heroes were recruited from a black arc. Okay, that's actually quite good. If that's going to actually work, yeah, I'm super happy about that because I was playing Dark Elves recently and it was kind of annoying. Fix the HA and Black Pit settlements preventing certain buildings from being constructed in them. I'm imagining that is like settlement battles, or I don't know, I actually don't know. I think everything was fine with normal buildings. Fixed an issue when using the invocation of Does, wherein if the player constructed multiple buildings at the same time, they would only receive one supporter rather than one per building. I'm glad to see this fixed. This is something that has been a bit of an issue since launch, right? Fixed the lure error that could occur when completing the Changeling's Grand Scheme in the Empire in the Realms of Chaos campaign, which would cause the elect accounts to not go to war with each other. Okay. I hope this also works for Immortal Empires, because I'm pretty sure some people were complaining that it didn't. Fix the soft lock that could occur during the Witch's Hut panel scripted tour when jumping to the technology panel. Cool. Always good to fix soft locks, they happen way too often in this game. Clarified text around Nakai's settlement occupation options. When he gifts a settlement, he does in fact sack the settlement as well. The tooltips have been adjusted to make this clearer, as has the effect in his technology sequence of plunder. He still gets literally F all in terms of money from sacking though, so like that needs to be upgraded a little bit. The Magic Wards of Climate Change commandment for Kislev is now available in any province that contains at least one region that has chaotic climate. This effect has also been fixed for Boris Ursus, countering the unsuitable climate penalties rather than the uninhabitable penalties. Thank you, God! Yes, okay, good. Actually, funny enough, I was complaining about this recently to CA, that you could have 4 settlements in a region, right? And one of them wouldn't be chaos, so you wouldn't be able to get this actual thing to work. So I'm really, really happy about this. It's just those little things which do make the game better, right? Added missing Skaven technologies, Freaks off the Leash and Brood Breeders, good, good. Fixed Skaven technologies, Monstrous Abominations and Unfathomable Horrors, not applying to Mutant Rat Ogre units, finally, okay. That's good. So far, things are looking like good changes. Now, whether or not they work or not is up to you guys to decide. Increase the distance at which Yuan bow in dragon form changes from regular speed to his full charge speed. This was done to help him keep up with faster units, which are running away from him. Example, if Yuan bow is trying to catch a missile cavalry unit, the increased charge speed will trigger from further away. Good, okay, that's going to make him better in combat. Fix the changeling building reality wound, not spawning a hostile army and destroying itself on completion when in an allied settlement, okay? I mean, it's pretty useless, but okay. Sorry, just those types of effects where they spawn like essentially a rebel army is just atrocious. They don't actually serve any purpose rather than boosting up your enemies more than anything else. Let's carry on. The changeling grand scheme in the Empire now causes all elect accounts to declare war on all other elect accounts, not just Reichland, even if they're allied. They're also prevented from making peace or confederating each other if controlled by the AI. Okay, well, I don't know why this wasn't mentioned when you mentioned the scheme before, but okay. The changeling now gains the form of legendary heroes he recruits during the campaign. Awesome. I mean, you know, Accord is fine, and obviously you do have the blue scribes. You can essentially have 2 blue scribes now. That's just insane. Like, in a very good way, but absolutely freaking insane. The changeling no longer gets the form of Ariel for free when defeating the Sisters of Twilight in battle. Makes sense. And finally, the changeling now gains the form of legendary characters and factions he vassalizes or confederates. Cool. Will be more useful when they add in more Tzeentchian factions. I'm hoping there's going to be at least 1 or 2 more. But yeah, overall good change. Now, overall these are good changes. I'm actually kind of keen on what's happening. We're getting a lot more hotfixes much quicker. There is a little bit of a mention here from CA, which is as follows. The speed of these updates is helped massively by your detailed reports and feedback, so thank you. Each time you tell us about your game experience, both the good and the bad, is an opportunity for us to learn. I mean, I'm going to sound a little bit annoyed here. These are stuff that especially should have been picked up during QA when stuff was tested for the next patch and so on, if there is actual QA support. I'm starting to obviously believe, and a lot of you guys do think the same way, that QA and just in general the devs are underfunded. A perfect example would obviously be the commandment for Boris Ursus to cleanse corruption and so on, right? Like, wasn't that tested when it was implemented? Didn't you see if that was going to work, especially since the starting settlement is where everything kind of happens? The developers, the QA staff, all of them need to be provided with the support that this game actually needs. This means that management needs to give them either more staff, more money, or both. Don't get me wrong, I'm appreciative of these hotfixes. In most cases, Creative Assembly would release a dead patch and stay quiet for 3 months. But that basically just tells us that the game needs hotfixes at rapid speed, and the only way that these are getting done is because the community is providing feedback. This is not a victory for Creative Assembly, and they shouldn't really be getting any good boy points here. I'm going to say I'm appreciative of the hotfixes, but this should be standard. This also means that eventually when everything is down to a okay setting, when management feel like everything is done, it's not done. If you're able to provide hotfixes at this speed, this should be done for all future content drops. My big panic is that everything is going to go back to normal, and then they're just going to go back to normal themselves and start ignoring the title again. Before some of you say that I'm being too negative here, it's more the case that this has happened before and I just don't want to see it happen again. We all love this game, we want it to do well, this is why we keep funding it by purchasing DLCs and so on, and we want the title to work as intended. You know, you've already spent a lot of money on the series, around 500 euros plus, because it's not a cheap series and it's been going on for like 7 years. But yeah, okay, decent patch. Hopefully everything works as intended. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If there are issues with this hotfix, let me know in the comments. I'll be checking this daily and I'll be reporting it to Creative Assembly as... yeah, they need to be held accountable. Let's just put it that way. But have a good day, guys. I'll see you all again very, very soon.